Joining us now, Florida Senator Marco Rubio. Senator, good evening to you. It's good to see you. Good to have you on the story. I'm sorry it's under the circumstances that you all are preparing for there right now. How are you doing?
Well, I think the community's doing well. We're just home getting a little ready there. There's, one of the things I want to say to you tonight, a lot of people watching in Florida, now it's a huge area that's under hurricane watch and extensive areas under a warning. You don't really have like 2 days to get ready here. We're going to start to see tropical storm winds as early as tomorrow evening, early Saturday morning. So you can really go out and put shutters when there's daylight. So really that's from 7 a.m. tomorrow to about 7 p.m. That's about 12 hours to finish that work. People really need to understand that and either make those preparations or figure out where they're going to be tomorrow when the storm hits. This is a very serious storm, and I do want to make one more point. It's not just about the wind. You can hide from the wind even with shutters. What you can't hide from is the water. It's going to find you, and I want people to think about it this way. The largest Atlantic storm ever is going to push basically all of that water from the Caribbean basin and the Atlantic up north into coastal areas and deep in. There's a map up on the National Weather Service, has a map of the areas that are going to see storm surge. It's a very serious thing. People need to look at that and understand that even after the storm passed, that surge is going to be right behind it. The surge is in many ways even more damaging than the wind.
Yeah. We were in Houston yesterday, and I don't think anything can ever prepare you for walking into your own home and seeing what has happened to it. It's devastating, and it has so many emotions wrapped up in it. Your life, your family, your friends, your neighbors. And I'm sure the good people of Florida are going to be there for each other during this, but it really is, how do you, as a senator and someone who is overseeing your community there, how do you prepare people for that, for sticking together?
About 700,000 people up from 200,000.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you try to set the example yourself. You've got to get out there and make sure you're doing the things you're asking people to do. So we're out there doing that. By the same token, you want to ensure all these federal agencies are ready to respond. Give people confidence that when it's all said and done here and this storm comes to its conclusion, that the federal government is in a position to do what its job is supposed to be. The third is to act as a voice, and in this sense we really have the media to thank. The ability to communicate to people and to let them know things like the storm surge. A lot of people are saying, I've got shutters, I've got a strong house, but what about the water? And that's the part I really want to encourage. This is a massive area of the state, from Naples and southwest Florida all the way up to Lake Okeechobee, Palm Beach, Broward, Miami-Dade. Millions of people live in this area, and a lot of them on the coastal areas. That's why they move here. That's a lot of water to worry about. I hope people in these zones that are susceptible to storm surge, not just flooding, storm surge, water coming in from the ocean, that they're getting ready to handle that.
Yeah. I do want to ask you about what has happened back in Washington in order to make the funds available for Harvey. And I know that you put out a statement today saying that you didn't love everything in that bill or the way that it was constructed with the debt ceiling that's going to exist for 3 months and then disappear. In fact, you said that you consider it to be among the most politically cynical efforts that you have ever witnessed. What do you mean by that?
And another point about the shelters, you can...
Well, first of all, you take a bunch of people that are victims of a storm, a bunch of people that are facing down the most powerful Atlantic storm ever, and you say to them, here's your money for relief, but you can only get this money if you agree to vote yes on increasing the debt limit, on a short-term spending plan for the government, things that, by the way, we have some time, not a lot of time, but some time to address. And so you pair up these two things, something you know you're going to have trouble debating and something you know people are desperate for. And I just think that's really not the kind of thing that you do. So obviously for someone like myself who's never voted to raise the debt limit, someone like myself who's never supported these short-term spending outside of exigent circumstances, puts you in a, forget about a politically difficult decision. You're basically saying if you want your money for storm relief, you're going to have to vote on some of these things that you find, from a principle perspective and as a conservative, you find them objectionable. It's done. It's had to happen, whatever it may be, but really it's not. I find that to be cynical and certainly, I guess nothing surprises us anymore.
Senator Rubio, we wish you well, and we thank you for being with us, and we're glad that you could get your message out to as many people as possible, and we will talk to you about all those other things on another day. Good to see you, Senator. Take care.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody needs to get ready. Thank you.